Pooja, welcome to Movie Talkies, and I wish you a very happy new year. So, Ayari is coming, but where have you been all this while?
Where have I? I've been around. I've very much been around. I've been busy doing my shoots and appearances and all of that. And I wouldn't say I'm choosy, but the thing is, it's very difficult for me to do something if I don't like it, if I'm not into it. I'm not those kind of people who can put a gun on their temple and do something. I have to love it. I have to be driven to do it. Only then I can do it. मेरे से ना कुछ आधे मन से आधे दिल से नहीं होता. So I keep waiting till something comes up and I'm like, yeah, I want to do this. So I keep waiting around.
Waiting for the right project to come your way.
Exactly.
All right. So, how did Ayari happen?
Ayari happened, I got a call from Neeraj Pandey that what are you doing for the next 10 days? And I was like, sir, I was waiting for your call. Tell me what is it? He's like, we're doing this film and you have to pack day after tomorrow in the morning, 7 o'clock and come to Kashmir. Okay. And I was like, okay. So there were no narrations, there was no audition, there was no screen test, there was nothing. But we had worked together on Ouch. So I'm guessing he probably knew that I could pull off this role. And that was good enough for me. I mean, I don't mind being a tree in Neeraj Pandey's film. So then that's how I got on board.
So, you're certainly not playing a tree. Tell us more about your role.
Okay, so I play Captain Maya Semwal. And it's a very Neeraj Pandey role. For instance, if I have to see his films in the past, for instance, Baby. So in Baby, Taapsee played a character which is completely de-glam but strong, and she plays a undercover detective again. So although there are no comparisons here, but again, Captain Maya Semwal is far from glamour. She's a boy amongst men. She's the one who leads an army of four men, 4 officers. And she's the one who tracks down Jai Bakshi's character, who's gone rogue in the film. So, and she's given the responsibility. And she's supposed to be reporting and tracking down his tracks. And so she's very agile, of course, swift, smart, confident. There are no makeup, there is no flying hair, there is no Yash Raj heroine, there are no songs. But there is just a serious, meaningful performance and acting. And yeah, and I mean, what more can I ask for, right?
So, you've been a Miss India. What is expected out of you is for you to look always prim and proper. Were there any apprehensions going de-glam?
Not for a Neeraj Pandey film, no, not really. Because Miss India, of course, you're expected to be decked up. I mean, prim and proper and polished and decked up from head to toe. I mean, each strand of your hair has to be in place, and your heels, your toenails have to be painted, and your stiletto heels have to be in place, and you know, your manicured nails, and you have to just be proper. You have to fall in that box and frame. But I think I've graduated from being a Miss India to now being an actress, where I think what is appreciated and what even the audience looks for is someone who's more natural, who's
And
more spontaneous, relatable, natural, spontaneous, and real. And I don't mean to say that Miss Indias are not real, but they are more polished and extremely perfect. They're just striving to be more perfect. And as actresses, you want to be as real as you can. And I think as an actress now, since I'm in that frame, and you can't, I mean, it doesn't get more real than a Neeraj Pandey film. You know, he is in between where his films are commercial. They are not art films, they're not arty, and they're not that space, but they're as real and as commercial as it can get. It's just a fine balance he strikes. I don't know how he does it, but it's amazing.
So, pageant days are over and acting days have begun.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So, all right, how did you prepare for your role? Because it's a far cry from what you've been doing till now. So, how did you prepare for it?
You know, I really wish I had the time to prepare for my role. But since I had got a call a day prior to when I was supposed to land into Kashmir, so obviously there was no preparations. I did ask Neeraj Pandey that, what am I supposed to prepare? What am I doing? And he said, just get yourself here and I'll do the rest. And when he says, just get yourself here and I will do the rest, then I just get myself there and let him do the rest. With him, I'm a horse with blinkers. I don't put my mind to work, to be honest. A lot of actors I know, when the director tells them do ABC, they will question why ABC and where am I coming from. But since I had worked with him in Ouch, I had no questions. He will tell me, open the door of the balcony of the 17th floor and jump. And I will just do exactly that. So I did not have to prepare, although since I was playing an army cop, I took it onto me, at least physically, to fall into that space. For instance, we shot for the film over a period of 2 to 3 months. We shot in Kashmir, we shot in Bombay, we shot in Delhi. So I made sure that I work out twice a day. I'm not an unfit girl, I'm an extremely fit girl, but I took it on to me to drop my fat percentage from a 14-15 to a 9-10. So I look even leaner, even more...
So physically it was challenging.
Yeah, physically it was challenging. I mean, not that I was asked to do it, I wasn't asked to do it, but I just thought it'll be better if I have my face even more chiseled and sharper, and I'll just look the character and the part, and that's exactly what I did. Although towards the end they said, okay, now this is getting too much, and now you should just stop. You need to stop. And it was an alarm. Like everybody, even around me, even my friends and family, and including the Falguni, who's a designer on the set, she said, okay, you know what? It's enough. Don't take it to, so much, and enough. And Neeraj sir is like, acha bas ab aur mat weight lose karo. And then I was like, okay, fine.
Okay, so the film is inspired from real life incident,
yes.
I believe. So is your character also inspired from a real life
Yes,
person?
yes, of course. Just the fact being that the commander-in-chief, the person who I'm playing, is a man, isn't a girl.
Oh,
so
great.
I actually portray the real life character of a man. Yeah.
So did you happen to speak with him?
Yes, only once though in Kashmir, and he said it. He said, "Hi, Captain Maya Semwal, and you're playing me." And I was like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah, you're playing me." And I was leading the brigade of 4 people and everything. So I was like, "Hey, okay, nice to do a man's job."
So now that you've played an army officer, how has your outlook towards the Indian Army changed, or what do you have to say about them?
I wouldn't say that I never had. I from the beginning of my life have had tremendous amount of respect for the people who serve the nation, and they're the ones who are fighting at the border for us so that we are safe. So I've had tremendous amount of respect for them throughout. But yes, definitely I would say it grew by leaps and bounds, because in Kashmir we were shooting at actual location, actual BSF camps, and the soldiers that we were surrounded with were actual soldiers. They've actually fought wars and they're at the base. So it was very interesting and extremely heartwarming to hear their stories. One of the soldiers said कि हम जब ऊपर जाते हैं लड़ने, तो हम एक दूसरे को गले लगाते हैं और कहते हैं कि अगर जिंदगी रही तो फिर मिलेंगे. And I was like, ouch. It isn't something easy. I mean, not only for them, but even the family members. So I have tremendous amount of respect for them.
So how was it working with Siddharth Malhotra and Manoj Bajpayee? Manoj being a terrific actor.
Sharing screen space with Manoj Bajpayee, Naseeruddin Shah, Anupam Kher, Siddharth Malhotra, in a film helmed by Neeraj Pandey, I think it's a huge compliment. It's more than a blessing. It's more than I could ask for in my career. It makes up for all the time that I've not been seen on screen. So I think it's literally a blessing in disguise, and I can totally say that patience pays. So it's been amazing. In fact, I've worked with Manoj Bajpayee in Ouch again. So the ice was broken then itself, because we play a couple. So he's extremely cool to work with. Of course, you have this perception that he must be like rigid and he's so senior, he must be a little whatever. But he's as cool can be. Siddharth is, we're almost the same age, so a little bit of banter here and there. In fact, I posted a video of us finger fighting on Instagram. So yeah, like fun.
And how was it working with Neeraj Pandey? What kind of a director is he?
Sorted, extremely sorted. He knows what he wants, and the best thing is you have to literally shut your brain. You don't need to use your creativity at all. You just have to channelize and completely let go and believe in what he's saying and just perform. And he'll say, okay, this is what I want you to do, and do this. And you just do that, and you're sorted. He just knows the pulse of the audience. He knows what works.
Correct.
And what more can an actor ask for when your director is so sorted? He knows what the audience wants. He knows what he wants to deliver. What is the story? It's very clear and sorted. And a man of very few words. Very media shy. I mean, you barely, yeah. But extremely intelligent. I have tremendous amount of respect for him.
And he did his homework and came to the sets, because you did not need to do
exactly.
anything.
I think he does homework for all of us, for everybody. He says, you do this, you do this. I mean, he just knows what he wants.
So this is a multi-starrer. Were you ever, a little insecure about how much screen space you would have, and whether, they will overpower you in the film?
It's never about how much screen space you have. You could do one scene and just one scene. I mean, examples being Nawazuddin Siddiqui, who started with one scene, and even Pariniti. She had very little screen space in her first film, but look where she is today. But it's your presence, it's your talent that shines through eventually. So it should, I mean, I wasn't inhibited that, oh my god, they will overshadow me, because I know, one, it is a Neeraj Pandey film, and if he has a character, the character is not going to be a dummy in the background. He has a purpose. So that fright wasn't there. But of course, I took it as a compliment that I'll be sharing screen space with all these, extremely admirable people.
So what do you look in a project before you say a yes to it?
Very choosy, a lot of things. The first thing being the director, because the director is the captain of the ship. Eventually, the story is his interpretation and what he wants out of the film. So the script, the story, my part, the cast, the crew, the ensemble, and how excited I am to play it. It's all that. Even Commando, when I played, the story was amazing, although it was more action. But when I heard Simrat Sarabjit Kaur, she's all full of life, bubbly, but she's not a damsel in distress. She takes the villain head on, and she's extremely confident. So the character has to get me excited that ye maza aayega, play karne mein. So yeah, I have to be excited about it.
And banners, do they excite you?
Of course they do. I mean, I'd lie if I said that they don't. Of course, banners. I think what excites me is, of course, the banner, the director, and my role in it, in the film.
And co-stars?
Of course they do.
Everything excites you.
Yeah, everything
in that
has
order.
to be, yeah,
in that order.
Actually, no specific order. Yeah, I mean, if you give me a Ranveer Singh film or a Ranbir Kapoor
whoever
film,
is director,
I
don't care.
It's okay, I don't care. But I should have a good role in it. It's not that if I have a Ranbir Kapoor film, I'll just do it. But I should have a good role in it then.
So share some interesting anecdotes from the sets of the film. What happened behind the scenes?
What happened behind the scenes? Okay, I was barred from going out of the hotel in Kashmir because there was unrest that was going on while we were shooting. So, if you're in Kashmir and you have a few hours, you want to go out, you want to explore, but no. We had bodyguards and security guards with us all the time because of security reasons, of course, and no going out. But other than that, we just had fun. There was a good vibe, a lot of positivity, and more than fun or anything, I was looking at learning from Neeraj Pandey, of course, and Manoj Bajpayee. I was looking at learning a lot from them, so which I did. Masti, like it was very chill. Nothing specific.
No?
That
You look like quite a prankster, didn't you put any prank on anyone?
Yeah, oh god, does that come through still? Yeah, I've actually been quite a prankster since I was in school. I remember locking my teacher in the bathroom because I hadn't done homework. I actually had gone with very clean heart to go to the staff room and tell her that, मतलब अब ऊपर आएंगी टीचर और मुझे क्लास के बाहर खड़ा कर देंगी क्योंकि मैंने होमवर्क किया नहीं है, इससे अच्छा मैं ही जाके कोई स्टोरी बना देती हूँ और बोल देती हूँ मेरे को क्लास के बाहर मत खड़ा करना. तो I went and I saw her enter the restroom and I don't know why suddenly these horns grew and I was like okay, and I remember looking left and looking right. I was like okay, quickly went and bolted and came back in my class and like teacher नहीं आने वाली है, मस्ती करो. And we have half an hour. Every period used to be of half hour, and she didn't come for about 10-15 minutes, and then she suddenly came, and one of the peons, the guard, he did see me running out of the restroom, so I am guessing, and then
bashed.
Yeah, I mean then suspension and teachers coming, and मतलब suspended तो ये कर दो ना कि मतलब एक हफ्ता क्लास स्कूल मत आओ, नहीं, क्योंकि ये इतना मस्ती करती है, इसको एक हफ्ता प्रिंसिपल की ऑफिस के बाहर बैग के साथ बिठाओ ताकि पूरी स्कूल देखे.
Set an example.
Yeah. You don't have. No, honestly, after I won the Miss India pageant and I went back to my city, so obviously my school teachers called home and they were like, "Why don't you come?" And every teacher, I still have the video record. Every teacher said, whoever were my class teachers from 5th to 10th, that she was the naughtiest girl in our class, like the naughtiest, the one who would yap the most, the ones who would play a lot of pranks. But so they said, so they said, you know what? Now हम अगर कोई बच्चे को बोलते हैं सबसे naughty है तो हमारे mind में आती है यार, you never know. It's okay.
Miss India.
You never know. She'll make us proud. So it was very good to see the teachers go on stage and tell me, you're the naughtiest kids. And now when we see naughty kids, it somewhere clicks ki who knows, she might be. So yeah, it's I set a good example at the end of the day.
So nothing on the sets of
No,
this
I didn't-
sort.
I didn't
You
want
didn't
to.
lock Neeraj Pandey?
No.
Okay, so from Commander to Ayari, how do you see your growth as an actor?
How do I see my growth as an actor? Very little to, although put on the table, because after Commando, all I did was Ouch, and then what I'm doing is Ayari, which we're yet to watch what's come out on screen. But I think after Ouch, I can say that I've matured as an actor. Not only did Manoj Bajpayee and Neeraj Pandey and Anupam Kher and a few directors from the fraternity call and message and compliment, but I too believe, and I noticed that as an actor there's quite a journey that I undertook, from playing Simrit to playing Priya and having an extramarital affair. So I think I've maybe in my head, or really I don't know, but matured as an actor.
So you've also done some South films.
One.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so how different is working in a South film and in a Bollywood movie?
Very different, extremely different. A South film was my first film. The first film that I did was Punnar Shankar, which was opposite Prashant. Prashant is the same guy who was with Aishwarya Rai in Jeans. So that was like a kick. He played this double role with Aishwarya Rai. Okay, and I was just out of Miss India. So that was the kick. I told you have to be excited about something. So, and I was playing a princess. So it was like, oh, Prashant, he's acted with Aishwarya Rai in Jeans. And I play a princess. Okay, I'm doing it. I'm in. But it's difficult. It's not easy. I'm not going to lie, because you mouth lines which your brain doesn't relate to. So you have to memorize your act and the dialogues, and even what's going around. It's, although the technicians are amazing, they're extremely disciplined. Even their the whole production value is great. We see a lot of adaptations coming from the South. Our Bollywood people, they adapt films, but I wouldn't say that I enjoy them as much, but yeah, I mean, it was a good experience. That's why I didn't do any South film after the first film. I just want to be here. I like the space.
Okay, so your film is clashing with Padman, and Akshay Kumar has been given, hits after hits. Are you
Yeah.
guys anxious about it?
I think both films are very, very different and separate genres, extremely different. They're not the same. This is a more patriotic film, and that, although both are, of course, they're real life stories. But I think we have a very different set of audience. And ठीक है, काम कर लिया है, theatre पे आएगा, देखेंगे जो होता है.
But you're confident about your product.
Yeah,
That's what matters.
that's what matters at the
Yes.
end of the day.
So, do you feel that it's difficult for outsiders in Bollywood? This debate has been going on since a long time
Yeah,
now, but
nepotism
you
and
being
stuff,
an outsider in the industry.
I wouldn't say it's impossible. It's definitely not impossible for any outsider to make it. I mean, right from Shah Rukh Khan to Priyanka Chopra to Amitabh Bachchan. I mean, we have enough examples to show us and keep us motivated and encouraged that it's not that only insiders make it in the industry. But I wouldn't not say that the industry kids or the blue blood, they do get opportunities faster than probably we get lesser chances to prove ourselves. They get maybe a few more chances to prove themselves, but I think eventually it's the talent that stands out. So it's how talented you are.
So, did you always want to be an actor?
No, no, I think it's happened more by chance than by choice.
So, it happened after Miss India.
After Miss India, yeah.
So, so then how did that happen?
See, Miss India was always a dream, yes. I always wanted to win the pageant. Had I not won the pageant, Pankuri, I think in my head I would have considered myself
A loser?
yeah, big one. Because only I know the drive that I had for the pageant, the way I had prepared for it. Even the Miss India organization used to be zapped. That there was just, I mean, at a point I felt that if you would slit my body from any part, and there would just be Miss India that would come out. Like, it was that, what
Very
junoon
focused.
कहते हैं ना, junoon. It was that mad passion. I would plug in Miss India song, Banungi main Miss India, and run till my trainer would come and press the button and be like, stop, that's enough, stop, you can get down. To me maintaining a book of 200 pages, and I used to write idioms, phrases, difficult words, that every answer of mine should end or start with a phrase, with something good. I should know what the difficult dictionary, like learning the words in a dictionary, being completely aware of what's happening in the country, around the country, and what's happened 15 years in the Miss India. Everything was at the back of my hand. So had I not won, and everybody during my reign, during the Miss India training days, noticed that drive was like mad drive. So this was a passion, this was a plan, this was a dream, this was the aim and ambition, Miss India.
Acting wasn't.
And acting happened more by chance, as to acting happened more by chance than by choice actually, and I'm happy. It's I think this is what I always wanted to do. It's fun.
Was Miss India so important to you because you wanted to prove a point and you wanted to make your mother proud and you wanted to show that, you know, yes, my mom has done a good job bringing me up? Was it more important to you because of that?
To be honest, no. This wasn't a thought of plan at all, because I did not know, or I did not even gauge or imagine or think that after Miss India, this story of our family would come to light, because this interview wasn't planned. The interviewer, Gayatri from Times of India, had called me, and we were having a general interview after winning Miss India. Where are you from, your studies, your mother, your father, your family background. And when I happened to say that, you know, I mum and dad divorced, she said, can I talk to your mother? And that's when she called my mother, and the whole story came to light. So this interview was not planned at all. So I didn't know everything is going to come to light in such a way that
but you knew about it, whether it was happening or not happening. But you've lived with your mom, you've seen her struggle. So was it more important? That's my question.
That's always been important. In fact, I think even if I hadn't won Miss India, and I would be anything, like I remember wanting to be an IPS officer like Kiran Bedi. I knew one thing for sure, and even now, anything that I have to do, my first thought is, would my mum like this or not? That's it. Maybe that is the reason I never, even though peer pressure, I did not get into drinking or smoking or partying in VRs. Like the perception is that, you know, Bollywood mein to yahi karte hain, drinking, smoking or partying. But I don't know why I have this switch, which is a very, very strong one. I have taken it on me, not that my mother has ever instilled or you know, made it apparent or told me this, but I have this very, very, very strong conscience switch. Ki will mommy like if I do this? That's why I know kissing scenes, that's why I know love making scenes, that's why I know item numbers, that's why I know, you know, not those kind.
Are those the clauses?
I don't see myself doing it, because I know if mum sees it, will she like it? Maybe not. I don't want to do it.
But what if the script demands it? And it's
so if it's Ranbir Kapoor, then yes. Then I'm sure she'll understand.
Mom will like it then.
No, I hope she shouldn't mind it.
No, why would she? It's just a job.
So it's, but the thing has always been that whatever I do or whatever I will venture out to do, I will make sure that her head is never down. I will always make sure that her head,
you always make her proud.
Always.
How is she now?
She's the happiest mom on earth, and you know, I get really happy and I feel very proud when she says that day and night. The only thing she keeps asking from God is that, भगवान आप जितने जन्म में मुझे इंसान बनाओगे और माँ बनाओगे, मेरे को बस यही 2 बच्चे चाहिए, मेरे और कुछ नहीं चाहिए. So that kind of makes me feel good about myself, maybe. And she's done a very good job. She's really worked, she really strived. It wasn't easy. I mean, honestly, Pankuri, even today, if you have to think of a lady walking out with 2 kids, one 20 days old and one who's 7 years old, out of the house and taking care of those 2 kids again, it's really difficult. It isn't easy, and she took it up that time in the 80s, and she's done a good job.
So, like, your father kind of abandoned you. Did he get back to you after the victory?
No, he didn't. I mean, all that I know of is that, of course, he knows that I won the pageant because mum's photo was plastered. Although I'm sure he didn't know what I look like, because he had never seen me in 23 years. Yeah, we were never in touch ever. I won when I was 23. So had he only seen me winning the pageant, he would not even recognize that, oh, this is my daughter who's won. But because mum's photo was plastered all over, she was invited by tons of news channels and interviewed by a lot of them. So I mean, and a lot of phone calls came from his side of the family to mum. कि अच्छा ये चोपड़ा की बेटी ये वही है? Mum was like, हाँ ये वही है. So yeah, but I didn't receive any calls. No, mum did. She did mention it, but no, I didn't receive any calls. I'm sure she would have felt happy. No, I really don't. For me, my mum and dad has both been mum. I've never missed a dad's. I've just missed dad when primary में होता है ना, सब बच्चे बोलते हैं मेरे dad ये लेके आए, मेरे dad आ रहे हैं pick up करने, and I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I think that's the only time I missed just having a dad figure, but not otherwise.
So from being a regular Pune girl to being a Miss India and now being a leading lady, how has your journey been?
Eventful, I think, to say the least. I did not see myself being a leading lady of a film ever, although I imagined and manifested the crown on my head since a very long time. But I think it's been beautiful. When I look back, I have a smile on my face. I think that's what eventually matters. When you look back at your journey, 5 years, 10 years, and you just have this smile and you're like, okay, not a bad one. It's been a good ride.
So often Miss Indias look very pretty in front of the camera, but their acting skills are not that great. Why does that happen? I'm not talking about you, but in general.
Okay, now first thing is Miss India's the training process or the selection process is not based on acting, not on acting capabilities. It's there are a lot of parameters, right, from your height to your physicality to how confident you are. You need to have your own opinions. You have to be extremely well informed, extremely groomed. And हमारे ना Miss India winning के parameters acting वाले parameters नहीं होते. Miss Indias are more polished and like I told you, very prim and proper, and actors are more natural. So to be an actor, the moment you win Miss India, to that entire 1 year where you're like giving interviews, being well informed, being or even putting up a show of being extremely intellectual and you know all of those things, then you have to unlearn all of that to be an actor, because and the process isn't easy. तो जो तुमने सीखा है, you know, then as an actor you will be like more casual, more chill, more real. So I think it isn't difficult to unlearn everything. So I think maybe that's I'm guessing that must be a challenge for most girls, because it isn't easy to overcome. Although the good actresses that we have in the industry, Priyanka Chopra being my favorite, is a Miss India, was a Miss World. So doesn't hold true for everybody, but it's wrong to generalize.
So that's what I said, that you know it's not about a certain few, but it is the next step for most Miss Indias.
Yeah, it is. It is because, you know, Pankuri, when you win a pageant, not in most countries, but in India, you do become a celebrity overnight. Everybody wants to click your pictures, they want your autographs, you're mobbed, you're recognized. So you can't go back to doing a 9-to-5 job or anything which doesn't have glamour. And the next thing that has glamour is the industry. So it's just a gradual progression. Okay, Miss India जीत गई, अब तो Bollywood में ही जाएगी. तो क्या करोगी? You're not going to sit at home, belo rotis. You're not going to go do 9 to 5. So options are really narrow. Your options are kind of narrowed. And acting is a very lucrative, fun, entertaining business. I mean, as a Miss India, you're looked up to, you're you know, admired. Again, it kind of broadens your horizon. Because as an actor, more people see you on screen, they like you, you have your fans. So I think I'm enjoying this progression, so I'm not complaining.
And what genres do you want to explore now?
I wish it was planned and I could plan it and explore, but I think all genres, except I don't think I'm the erotic thriller space. That's not my space. Horror isn't my space as well. I can't, even if you give me crores of rupees and tell me to watch a horror film, I can't. So no horror, no erotic thrillers or films. But definitely biopics, definitely rom-coms, definitely comedy films, definitely romantic films, and definitely more of Neeraj Pandey films.
Okay, so I have some rapid-fire questions. Which is your favorite thriller?
Ayare!
Other than Ayare.
Rustom is really nice. I enjoyed Rustom.
A director in your bucket list?
Rajkumar Hirani and Imtiaz Ali.
Okay.
Can I name a few
yes,
more?
Yes, go on.
Ayan Mukherjee and Neeraj Pandey again. I think as of now we can stop here.
If ever a biopic is made on you, what would you want the title to be?
I was thinking of if at some point I ever write a book, I would like to title it as High on Life and High on Heels. So yeah, maybe something close to that, similar.
Whose biopic would you want to star in?
That's an interesting question. The thing is, I don't see Priyanka Chopra retiring soon enough. So if there's anyone who has to play her biopic, I'm sure it's going to be her. Yeah, but I'd love to do that. I'm sure there'll be so many things to do in that.
A film you can see any number of times.
Lots actually, right from Jab We Met to Ye Jawani Hai Diwani, Shubh Mangal Savdhan. I happened to watch it twice in the
It was
theaters.
hilarious.
It was amazing. Yeah, I think these three that come to my mind right now.
A film whose remake you would want to be a part of.
Chalbaz.
Biggest regret of your life.
Yikes. I know it's the right thing to say that, I don't have any regrets in my life. And I do believe
Very
that.
Miss India type answer.
No, that's what I'm saying. Although, that's why I said that although it's the right thing to say that, I don't have any regrets in my life because I've only learned from all the regrets. But yes, there is a regret that I have in my life. Although I had little control over it, is I stood on the stage of Miss World with a plastered
But
ankle.
that wasn't your mistake, right?
Yeah, but that is a regret because I couldn't do my best or perform to the best of my capabilities on the Miss India platform. Out of 120 girls, I was already in top 16 and I knew about it. And then 5 days before the pageant, I fractured my leg. So I couldn't go ahead and I knew it. I knew it 1 week before the pageant that, Pooja, this is it. You were just till top 16 and then you don't go ahead. And I think, yeah, that's...
Such is life.
Yeah, that's...
Are you single?
Yes, I am.
Okay. So what are you doing next?
In terms of films or being single? Being single, I'm not doing anything. I'm really happy, extremely happy and focused on my work.
In
Being
terms
single,
of your
I'm enjoying.
career?
In terms of my career, honestly, I'm just waiting for Yaare to release. I'm not signing on anything before Yaare for sure. There are a few calls, but I've kept them on hold because I want to take a call after the film releases.
And also you'll be mentoring Miss Indias now.
Oh yes, that's one thing I'm really excited about also. It's really, it feels really nice that something that was your dream, that's Miss India of course, and now, this year I'll be mentoring the Miss India girls, which feels good.
So tell our audiences quickly why they should watch Ayari.
Because I am in it. You don't need any more reasons, but go watch Ayari because it's a good film.
So Pooja, it was great talking to you and I wish you all the very best for Ayari.
Likewise, it was great talking to you and meeting you, Pankali.
Do watch Ayari on January 26.
Yes.
Subscribe to Movie Talkies and click on the bell icon for latest updates.